Connor, hope all's good. Let's get into some footage. Let's have a look through some of this RP tester work. Okay, not bad, mate. Not bad. I think the RPE was right on the money. Okay, just for the way the camera's angled, we'll put that a little bit out. Can't ask for much more than that, mate. I think in that bottom position looks pretty solid over the midfoot. Chest's exposed, ribs are up. Yep. Perfect. Perfect, mate. Right on the money. Now, if I remember rightly, you went heavier. Yeah. Yeah, so this takes a bit of practice getting used to the top end work on the RPE scale. But it is important to kind of remember that, and you'll get used to it. The more and more you do it, you'll get used to it. But kind of understanding where that kind of, because 10 kilos can be the difference between an 8 and a 10.10, like you did there. Okay, realistically, going forward, we should not be failing anything. Okay, so the RPEs will be the numbers that are prescribed to you will be in there as kind of a rough ballpark number, but again, like I said last week, you have that 5% leeway in either direction to kind of take advantage of the good days and the bad, really. Okay. Good, remembering to keep the knees turned out. Okay, so keep the knees pushing in the same direction as the little toe the whole time, mate. All right. And I want you to think about corkscrewing the feet out. Okay, can't see a huge amount of work going on at the hips before you actually initiate the movement. So remember that corkscrew foot. Try and turn your femurs as far out to the side as you can. And you should be like almost painfully tense before you initiate that drop into the squat. I don't think that was off at all, but you said you were right off by doing you're only doing 5 reps and it's meant to be 6 at a 9. You could have done another 2, judging by the way that was going. Subjectively, I mean objectively from my side. Okay, the squat's looking solid. Let's But yeah, with the squat, like your actual squat pattern is pretty good. Your bar path maintains pretty nicely. It's just about sort of getting yourself 100% settled before you actually initiate with the hips back. So again, knees in the direction of the little toes. Try and get them to turn out. Get your glutes and hips doing some work as much as possible. Good. Yeah, nice bench setup. Nice. Yep, nice and smooth. Nothing really to... I think that maybe that was a little undershot of an 8, to be fair. Probably looked more like a 7, really. I know bench is one that to drop off very, very quickly, but... So you did 140 before. Right, let's have a look and see what the back's doing. Maybe a little undercut again for an 8, to be honest. The little bit of rounding through the mid-back. This the breathing. The breathing's really got to be on point. See, now I can see there's a lot of breath in, but it's kind of all happening here. It's kind of shoulders back. It's kind of it's puffing up here. It's the tummy that we need to buff out, mate. Okay, so again, take that deep breath in, tummy breathing. Okay, so try and get all of your stomach all the way around to press against all of your belt in 360 degrees. Okay, because that's what's just letting the mid back go a little bit. But the 145 looked about right, I think. Right, now let's see what a 9 looks like. So again, it's important where you get that kind of the subjective and objective analysis on this. Yeah, much better with that. Good. Remembering to take the slack out the bar, mate, just like we did when we first started, okay? You can also be about a half inch, not even a half inch, a centimetre or two away from the bar. It's just as you go down, your shins are just ever so slightly dinking into the bar every time. So if we look here, the bar just rolls every single time. So that just means the whole positioning is just that half inch off. Again, objectively doesn't look like a 9, but having done all the previous work before that, okay. So judging by the way that looked, okay, if you were to kind of take a snippet of that set, and if I had a gun to your head and said, can you do one more, I think you could do 2, at least. But it's people's perception of it is different, and again you'll get a better idea for kind of what that 8 feels like and what that 9 feels like and how you're feeling on the day. The objective from my side of things, I have to look at bar speed and body positioning. You can take into account like the intrinsic, okay, of how tired your muscles are feeling, how much just sort of like the energy wasn't there. Yeah. Bloke's wondering what you got a spot for. Let's have a look. Yeah, a little bit of a touch and go, mate. Okay, still really want to emphasize that pause. Want to get that pause nailed down, okay? So the upcoming block you've got is almost identical to this one that you've just run. I just want to rerun it and build up a little bit of volume, then we'll have a mini deload. I want to see that paused. I want to see that 80 kilos again. I ain't gonna hang around down there, okay? It's just that pause, bang, and drive off. Yeah, it flew. Absolutely flew. Right. Right, let's have a look at the 8s. Okay, that's better. Yep. Like, even that's brief enough for me. That was a touch and go. But there's a couple in there, yeah, again, where the bar just comes to a dead stop. That was better. Yeah, that looked like an 8. Yeah. Bar slowly, just getting there, just starting to slow down a little bit. Your arms will start to feel a little heavy at that point. That's fine. This is one where you were feeling it. Good. Nice. Good. Keeping the ribs exposed. Again, it's about keeping the weight, keeping your knees towards those little toes, and keeping the knees driving out. Okay, this is that bit too much forward momentum going on at the moment for you. Okay, which we got rid of early days. Okay, it's just slowly starting to creep back in, mate. Okay, so it's forward and out with the knees. Nice. Yeah, better. Okay, yeah, so it hasn't got to be super duper, like, you know what I mean, like almost in slow motion every single time. But it's that conscious effort to want to slow it down. Right, this is your paused bench. So let's have a look at these pauses. There we go, yeah. Gotta pause, mate. Really gotta pause. Started fine first couple of reps, and then they've started to become touch and go. Okay, it's really important. You get so much more bang for your buck out of those pause reps. But mate, I like that. Yeah. Solid. No, it's that first kind of week or so of just getting to grips. I have altered the RPEs ever so slightly on your template. These 2 weeks coming up are going to be very similar. Okay, again, it's just building up that volume at this intensity. Okay, just getting in those little 8s and 9s, and well, the 9s on your secondary movements. God, fucking hell. Sunday, getting the 8s on this on your main movement and the 9s on your secondaries, just building that up. Then we'll have a little mini deload, reassess kind of where those RPEs are, where they can fluctuate and they can change each week, so we'll play around with those. But overall, mate, good, nothing major. Just the pauses have got to be there. Okay, pauses have got to be there. And again, just with the squat, I just wanted to focus on that forward and out with the knees, forward and out, rather than just kind of hips drift back, knees drop forward, and there's kind of like a pivot point where you almost like rock around in the bottom. Okay, any issues, mate, let me know. Hope you have a good bank holiday.